All right. Well, good morning. Happy Friday. As the title says, it does not get any better than this. It's snowing here in Pennsylvania. It's our first snow of the season, so I can't really complain about that because I've been wanting it for a while. It's January 7th, and to say this is our first snow is kind of crazy, but it just makes for a great day, great end of the week, great start to the new year. And it just brings a smile to my face, which is odd because if you'd have asked me 15 years ago if I enjoyed the snow, I'd have said no, not at all. I actually moved from Ohio to Virginia to get away from the snow, but that was that. Hey, Rudy, good morning. Yeah, did you get any of the snow earlier in the week, or are you too far south? I know Virginia got some, and I know they were in a real pickle there, but I don't know if North Carolina got any of that snow or not, and whatnot. But good morning, welcome. Um, I can always count on Rudy being here. You're a good man, my friend. So no snow, good, good. Um, yeah, it's just an awesome Friday, and I don't know. I've had a really great week. And it's just kind of culminated to all of this, and none of it was really planned. It was all kind of just spur of the moment kind of stuff. And sometimes that's the best way to go about things. um and it's one of those things. Zach, what's up, man? Good morning. Half inch yesterday. Oh, so you guys just missed it, because I was wondering. um I heard Tennessee, some parts of it got like 6 7 inches. So half inch for you guys is, I guess, better than what some people got. It's funny. I don't know if I ever told you this, Zach, but my best friend, he is from. I always forget. Well, okay, let me tell you this, Zach. My best friend went to East Tennessee, ETSU. Um, I can't remember. Is that in Johnson City, or is Johnson City a separate city? Um, but anyway, I know, like, whenever it snows there, he lives in Virginia now, but whenever it snows there, he's always worried about home and his parents, because they're literally out in the middle of nowhere. He's always told me that. Okay, so ETSU is in Johnson City, so he's from a different part. I think outside of Knoxville, maybe. Yeah, he is outside of Knoxville because his father, sorry, Bradley, his father laid the sod or the turf at Neyland Stadium. He's always told me that story. That's why he's not a Tennessee fan. He's a Notre Dame fan, because of how crazy it is there. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's been a great week. You know, I was on the Tom show earlier this week, and I have to tell you, like, if you ever get a chance to just interact with Tom, like, we see him on Twitter, and he's fantastic on Twitter. But if you ever get to interact with him just in person, whether it's through his show or even offline, just take that opportunity, because man, he will bring a smile to your face, uh, just instantly. I mean, he's just a good dude, and I was so happy to be able to be on his show this week, and with Che, and interact with a lot of you folks that are here. He is such a nut, but man, he's a nut that he could be cracked, and there's more layers underneath that you just got to get down to the core, and he's just an awesome guy. So was happy to be a part of that show. And if you get a chance, go back and watch last night's and the previous ones. But I'm going to try to get on there, whenever I can. Um, so we had that, and then, like, there were some really cool racks that happened in the beginning of the week, and I think everybody's got them now. If you saw, uh, Javier last night posted Jaden's rack that we organized for him, that Joey Bart autograph card. He was so thrilled for that. Um, the rack of the year racks have been delivered. I believe everybody's gotten theirs. And for those of you that don't know, like we had that 24-hour poll, and it was really cool to see Kendrick win that, or be recognized as the rack of the year. Rich, wasn't it, man? I mean, that was, or Rick, that was such a great thing that we all did there. Thank you for being a part of it. Um, but I sent one to everybody that was, in that top four, because it's just my heart said that they needed to, like, they needed to be recognized in some way. And I wrote each one of them a letter, a personal letter, and that to me was more of what it was. So I was really excited about that. I feel like we did. Steve Schmitty, Ginger Snap on Twitter. We had some folks jump in and got him one of his Grail cards for 2022, which was a Jim Thome autograph card. So I mean, the beginning of the week was so cool, but then, like, as the week went on, it just kept getting better. And yesterday, tragedy struck within the hobby family. And if you didn't see, there was a hobby member who unfortunately lost his wife of 3.5 years to cancer. And man, I tell you what, like, it was brought up, and immediately, Tom and Anna came in, and they're like, we got to do something. Like, can we get together and do a gift card for like Uber? And dummy me, right? Like, I immediately go, I have a Chick-fil-A gift card I can give. And like, I don't know. I was so like in the zone yesterday with work that I think that's all I really was like thinking about at that time. And it's like I got to contribute in some way, and I have this gift card that I haven't used, and whatnot. So give it to them. It'll make life a little easier. But man, like, I don't want to give things away because I don't know where it's at. But Anna and Tom just rocked this thing out last night. Daph, good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. Um, and they absolutely just are going to make a difference in this hobby member's life, and I cannot wait to see the reaction, if there is one. I mean, I think that's something that we all kind of recognize, right? Like, we're giving things to people because we want them to have it. We don't care if they recognize it or anything like that. Like, we know they received it. That's all that matters to us. But what they did yesterday was just so flippin' awesome. And it just warmed my heart. And then, I woke up this morning, and I got, a few inches of snow on the ground, and, made my day that much better. My kid went out and played in it this morning before school. And, I had to, I had to change him out of the school clothes into different clothes already. So, it's been one of those days, and it's what, 9:30 here on the East Coast. So I'm excited. I got a few things planned today. I'm talking to Mindy at Rippin' Gypsy. We're going to get some final plans laid out for Rippin' for the Cure. And I got a conversation scheduled with Kyle, Mr. K Dub, later today too, on some things. So, you know, hobbies moving right along, racks are moving right along. And also today, our first rack ambassador is given a rack, and it's Kevin Franken at Cards Kev on Twitter. And I would just ask that all of you kind of keep him in your thoughts right now. He had a bit of a rough evening and a rough day moving ahead. So if you can just kind of keep him in your thoughts, nothing tragic. It's just some personal things. So just keep him in your thoughts. And then the other thing too, speaking of Kevin, and then also Goldline Chris, they're both doing polar plunge for Special Olympics. So I would definitely check out their pages on Twitter. Chris is in February, and Kevin's, I think, is in April maybe. But Chris last year, if you remember, he got the 2 tattoos. He had mentioned something about possibly getting a piercing this year if he hits the 5,000 goal. So, let's get that man to 5,000. It's Special Olympics, guys. And I'm telling you right now, if you May 26th and staying in Pittsburgh, Rudy, yeah, let me know. May 26th. Well, happy birthday on May 26th, first of all. Yeah, let me know when you're going to be in town. Maybe we can go grab a bite to eat or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, Special Olympics is a really cool thing. Yes, Zach, a piercing. That's what he said yesterday in a response to one of my tweets about it. So I don't know. Maybe we can get him to do a belly button piercing. It's probably an image I don't want to see, but you know, who knows? But Special Olympics, like if you're not familiar with what Special Olympics is, man, I tell you what, just go like YouTube it. These athletes are absolutely amazing people. Um, they train year round for this. When I worked for the YMCA for many, many years, and part of my job was running the aquatics department. And every Wednesday night, we hosted the Special Olympics swim team, and they came in and they practiced right alongside with our swim team. And man, I tell you what, those athletes had a great time. They participated just as much as anybody else, if not more. And they're some of the nicest people that you will ever meet. Um, and it's just a joy to watch them. And I tell you what, like it gives them an outlet to participate in athletics, in a different way than what maybe you or I would do, but definitely go check it out. Chris is so passionate about it. I've been for a year now on him that he needs to join his local uh, Special Olympics board of directors because I mean he's got the wherewithal of what it takes, and that's something that I think we all do here, and that's something I'm hoping through this year can kind of convey to folks like it's okay to join, community resources, like get out there and get involved, with whatever it may be. Our rack ambassadors each month, they're doing a charity of choice. And, I think that's something that, as we move along, like, let's help each other get more involved in that specific charity. It could be something that you could even have a bigger impact on. So, definitely, take a look at it. Terry Paul, good morning. Welcome. Terrell, good morning, man. T Cove, how things? How are things? Hope you guys are doing well. Um, yeah, like I don't know, like what else is going on in everybody's world here? Um, Hobby related. I don't know if you saw my tweet. Like I had to go to Walmart this morning because I didn't have salt to melt the ice in our driveway and sidewalk. So I had to go to Walmart, and they just so happened to have cards. And was in line and saw there was a box of Topps Gallery, which I've seen a lot of people posting. And like, I was like, well, let me just grab a box here. Guys, I didn't know how much that box was going to be. $80. Like, it scared me, right? It scared me. And then I opened it up, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to make my money plus on it. So it was a good box. But have fun with that. Yeah, Bradley, it was a fun one. Terry, man, yeah, I don't know, was it in Gypsy's room last night or maybe Twitter? You said you were going to the game, and like half your family's Bengals fans. I'm sorry about that. Of course, they're having a better season than we are, but enjoy that game, buddy, man. That's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a great time. Snow remote day so listen, like my teacher, geez Louise, my wife is a teacher. She's a third grade teacher. Her school district right now is the only school district within probably a 30-mile radius of us that did not have a delay or some type of virtual component today. She was not a happy camper this morning. And listen, like we're in Pennsylvania, and her and I have talked about this several occasions. Like when we were growing up, what's on the ground right now, you never would have thought there would have been a snow day. Like there's 2 inches on the ground right now. You're going to school, you're walking, you're driving, it doesn't matter. But look, it's 2022, and like we got all these other factors that we got to think of now, right? Kids standing at bus stops, the buses, going on all these back roads, kids walking to school, teachers, they're not living in the communities where they teach at, so they got to drive to school, right? Like all these factors go into play. Plus, we know how to work virtually now too. But yeah, her school, they did not cancel, and I think the reason why is where she teaches. It's a very depressed community. 100% free lunch. They give the meals. They give 3 meals a day, and it's one of those things where, it was one of. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic. Zach, you love gallery. Zach, I pulled a card that you would really, really love. If you didn't see the tweet I put out, go check it out. Um, put it right back when I got to the Rick. You know what's funny is like I had two of them in my hand because there were two boxes there, and like the steadfast rule is like, hey, you don't leave the last box behind. And I scanned the first one. And I'm like, oop, I'm leaving the last box behind. I'm not going to pay that much for two boxes, but it is what it is. Um, Retail finally got smart. Why let somebody else? Right? I mean, like, Steph, I agree. Like, go make the money. I mean, people are buying this stuff. Go make it yourself as well. I mean, it's silly not to. And man, if you're going to put hits in those boxes like I got today, do it. Do it. It's okay to get off topic. You're free. Well, I agree. I mean, kind of feel like I'm all over the place at times, though. Zach, it's awesome, and it's a nice card, man. It's a nice card. I don't know. Look, I got all day. Like, I got a light work day today. I have a few proposals I got to work on. I don't really have much to do. I want to hang out with you guys, and that's kind of it's kind of like my goal, I think, with all this. Like, when it helps keep product and not wipe. Yeah. And you know what? I mean, it's such a good point that you just made, Dev. Like, both my Walmart and Target over the last like 3 months, they've been consistently stocked. I'm not gonna say fully stocked, but they've been consistently stocked. Um, and man, I tell you what, like, it's good to see that people are not going in and they're not clearing the shelves. Although a couple of weeks ago, I went to Walmart to do my grocery shopping, and I always stop and look. It's right at the front of the store, so I always stop to look, and there was nothing there I was interested in, so I just kept right on moving. But the other thing, though, too, is um, there was a guy standing there, and you could tell like he was a flipper. And he's like intently looking like this, and he's picking up the packs and everything, and I'm kind of watching him because I'm in the produce section. I could still see him, and finally I see him like pick up his phone. He's calling somebody, and then the next thing I know is I see him take every single thing off the shelf into his cart and check out and walk away. And that put a damper on me of like, God, are we back to this thing? But I don't think we are. Like, I think we're truly at a place right now where hobby folks like all of us and flippers can coexist. Like, if you want to go buy every single thing on the shelf and sit on it until you realize you're not going to make any money, that's fine. And I have no problem with you trying to make money off it. If that's how you're going to live your life, so be it. It's it. But I think all of us as hobby folks, we're going in and we want to open the packs and we want to find like the Acuna that I found today. I mean, that's cool. Like, am I going to sell it? Yeah, I'm going to sell it. I mean, that's just what we do, because when I sell the cards, um, I sell them uh, to buy more PC stuff. Like, I'm working on the Bob Feller career set. So I just got a 55 Bowman of Bob Feller in the other day. Like, that's why I sell stuff, so I can buy stuff like that. It also helps with the racks. Like, I go and I buy things for racks. Obviously I got to ship stuff for racks too. So I mean, like, I'm reinvesting back into the hobby. I'm not reinvesting into paying my electric bill or paying my mortgage. Like, I have a job to do all that. That's why I do this stuff. Um, we're still there in New Hampshire. There's one Walmart that only allows people to take one of each item. So our Target, and I think maybe all Targets across the country are doing this. Our Target only says 5 items, which I agree with, right? Like, I mean, one, it limits who can buy what. Two, it keeps the product on the shelf longer, right? And three, I think it kind of helps with the pricing too, and I'm okay with that. Price increase makes that impact to not make money or much with the retail prices now. It's great, even though I miss a 20. Yeah. And you know what? I miss a $20 blaster too. I mean, if it's not tops, it's not $20 anymore, and even those are going to start going up. But I agree. Like it is kind of a damper when you want to go buy a blaster, and the prices aren't even on the shelves anymore, or if they are, stuff's moved around. And I'm like, oh, look at that. There's I don't know, a blaster of something. Oh, it's $35. Don't know if I want to spend that much money on it right now. Um, Retired, so I always have nothing to do. Yeah. Oh, Rudy, I can't wait to retire one day. It's not going to happen. I like to work too much, or I like to do these types of things this much, and that's what I was kind of getting at, like with everything that we've done. Che, good morning. With everything that we've done, hobby related to charity work, and then with Rack of the Day and everything else, like my goal is to meld the two, and I think I've talked about this, into a nonprofit of itself, one where we can raise money through a charity arm that we can then give back to different charities. So whether it's like Special Olympics, or what I would like to focus on is education and youth sports and mental health. So like those types of things, I would like, that's my ultimate goal. And I was kind of talking with Kedrick about it the other day through some DMs, and we both went into our charitable side of things with really no game plan. I mean, there was nothing of like, all right, in 3 years, like I want to be here. Like there was no game plan whatsoever. It's just kind of evolved. And my wife, it's funny, she over Christmas, I think, she was like, hey, you don't talk to me about your baseball cards. And I told her, I was like, I don't talk to you about them because I try not to pull my hobby of this into like our family life, because I don't want there to be like this weird thing. Like I took it as weird, but then as we were talking about it, I was like, okay, she's showing interest in it. So okay, yeah, let's start talking about it a little more. So we've been discussing it, and she's never going to join. She's never going to be Anna. She's never going to be Mindy. She's never going to be any of the female hobby folks that we have. But she's interested because I am, and it kind of helps her gauge where we're at. I mean, obviously she knows what I'm doing with it all, and whatnot. So it was really kind of cool. And then we started talking about like this foundation piece to it, because she's kind of on this end of teaching where doesn't really know if she wants to continue it. So she's looking for something else to do. And I'm like, I have something for you. Like, let's work on this. So, it's kind of one of those things. And it goes back to what Def just said. Like, I don't want to retire either. Like, do I enjoy sitting at home at times watching TV? Sure. I think we all do. But could I do that every single day? Not at all. Like, I need to be doing something. And it's not even something that's making an impact. I just need to be doing something. I can't just sit and watch TV all day on a daily basis. It's just not in my blood. It never has been. Um, let's see. Terry, man, I don't blame you. Like, get rid of the Steeler cards. I mean, we don't need them. Rudy, I gotta go. I'll go through all mine too. I don't want Steeler stuff in my house. It's just that horrible stuff. Speaking of Steeler stuff, like, did you see um, Kim Flanders' tweet yesterday? Man, I can't believe it's been a year since she introduced herself and Jeffrey to all of us. And um, man, I'm glad that the hobby picked up. I remember that I was late to the party on that one, because I was still in this like weird phase of I don't know who I should be talking to and whatnot. And somebody put something out there, and I was like, all right, let me just reach out. I'm pretty glad that she put that out there. Terry, yeah, no toilet paper crisis. Yeah, right. Yeah, Che, what an impact she's made. I mean, she really has. And she's another one of those that like um she only lives an hour and a half from me, east of me here. And we've talked several times, like, hey, whenever she's in Pittsburgh, like, hey, let's go get coffee or something. And it's so weird just how those things work. I mean, you're so close to some people that, you want to meet and you don't get to meet. Like, there's another hobby member, Chris Vargo. I think his Twitter handle is Woodpig83 or something like that. He lives 2 minutes from me. I mean, he lives in the same town that I do. In fact, he's an ambulance driver, and this means nothing, but right out my window, I can see where he drives the ambulance at. Um, we've never met. We've talked several times about going to breakfast, but it just doesn't happen sometimes. I know Che and I, we're going to try to get together for a Pirates or a Reds game this year. I'm going to the National this year, so I hope that you all are considering going as well. I got my ticket already, and for anything just to meet you, like, that's all I want to do. Am I going to buy anything? Probably not. Chris Batos, welcome. Happy Friday. Am I going to buy anything at the National? Probably not, but I probably will. You're kidding if you say you're not going to buy anything. You'll end up with something. But I'm excited to go to that. I hope there's no try, only do. Che, it's funny, man. That saying. So I was also a swim coach at one time, and each year we would get shirts made up. That was my last swim team T-shirt quote. And I found it online. I had no idea what it was from, and somebody came up to me and they're like, "Oh, you quoted Yoda," and I'm like, "I have no clue what you're talking about, because, guys, I've never seen Star Wars before." And so I had no clue that it was a Yoda saying. I actually had it as an anonymous quote. So that was kind of funny. I'm feeling better. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I battled something there for a while, and something's kind of trying to come back right now, but I'm kind of fighting it off. So, uh, it is what it is. Yeah, Che, we'll get together for sure. It's inevitable. I mean, we have to. I mean, hell, I'll drive to Kentucky if I need to. So, anyways, uh, what's everyone's plans for the weekend? I mean, it's the first, like, is it? No, I guess last week was, whatever. I'm going to say it's the first full weekend of the new year, but technically isn't. What are your plans for the weekend? Anything big? My wife's father, so my father-in-law, his birthday is on Sunday, so we're all getting together tomorrow night for dinner, an adult-only dinner. All the kids are having babysitters, which is fantastic. So, an adult-only dinner tomorrow night, which we're definitely looking forward to. That'll be fun. Let's see. We should just have a hobby meetup July 1 or 2 in Cincy at the Reds Braves game. Hey, I'm all about that. All about that. I have not been to New Riverfront, so I can check that stadium off my list. So I'm down. I think I'm available then. I don't know what we're doing 4th of July weekend. Nationals in Atlantic City this year, which is even better for me because Atlantic City for years was my place to go with my best friends. We would go once a year, maybe twice, and just gamble and have a guys' weekend. It was always a good time. So definitely looking forward to getting back there. 9 inches, Che. Whoo. Well, hey, you be careful. You know the risks that there are with shoveling 9 inches of snow. So just be careful with that. I don't need to get a text message from you saying that, you threw your back out or you're on your way to the hospital for something. Just be careful. Hey, Kelly, good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome. Just kind of chit-chatting here, trying to see what everyone's doing this weekend, and if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about. I got a question for everybody that's here. Like, I kind of want to do this on a regular basis, and it kind of seems like mornings are working. Like, I don't know. I'm surprised. I mean, I got 7 people in here and maybe more throughout the time, but do mornings work for people? Like Friday mornings, they seem to be a good time. Um, I'm trying to do something that's uncomfortable for me, and this is very uncomfortable for me. I don't like to talk on camera. I don't like to do these types of things solo. I don't mind going on and doing interviews with people. Like that's cool. But this kind of thing, and I've thought about like, do I have people come on, and kind of do like what Tom and Chris do? But I don't want to copy other people either. So it's just one of those things that I'm trying to kind of figure out what the situation is here. So hey, happy anniversary, Zach and Anna. Awesome. 6 years. Good for you guys. That's great. God, I can't believe that Anna had COVID. That's just so sorry to hear. You work at noon, so mornings are best for you. Weekend, you're chilling like a villain. There you go, Rudy. There you go. You gotta watch Ben's last game ever, right? Right? Because they're not going to the playoffs. So gotta watch that man's last game. Decided to sit here instead of work. Well, Terry, man, appreciate you popping in. Have a good time and hey, enjoy that game this weekend and go Browns. But yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I enjoy talking with all of you. Like I'm a total introvert, which is weird because of my job, like my full-time job. I can't be an introvert. I have to be out in the community and talking with people and engaging people. I can turn that on. But when I'm home, I like to be home. I like to just kind of like chill and not have. I don't. I really don't like going out with people. Like I'm not a partier. I never have been. I've just always been one, kind of that homebody that likes to work on projects here and stay in, and it works for us here. But I'm trying to bust out of that shell a little bit and be a little more extroverted with these things. Rudy, I think it's like end of June. I don't know. I don't know. Quados, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for popping in. It's good just hanging out, chatting. Yeah, like, that's what I like to do too. Like, but at the same time, and I think it's just my personality, I like to kind of have an agenda of like what I'm talking about, but I also like when people like give me topics, like ask questions, and I'm willing to answer anything. I'm an open book, so like I'll put it out there now to everybody here. Like, you got a question? Shoot, man, just ask me. Like, I'm going to answer it. Um, I have to go do some remote teaching. All right, Terrell, man, have a good day. T Cove, have a good one. Che, yeah, like it's weird, isn't it? Like it's weird to be that introverted person, but you can turn it on uh, and be an extrovert or be the life of the party when you need to. Like it's so funny. So my son, we took him back to karate last night for the first time in 2 years. He's been getting like back into karate here at the house. Basically, it's him attacking his chair. It's kind of more like UFC and WWE style. But he's like, yeah, I want to go back to karate, and I'm like, great, let's go. And this kid, he is the most social person you will ever meet until he gets in a group setting like that. Like school, his birthday parties, anything, he will talk your ear off. But last night he was standing there and he's like, I know what Sensei Bill's saying, but I don't really want to do it. I'm kind of nervous, yada, yada, yada. And then he got put into a smaller group with some newer kids. And I guess he opened up. We couldn't see where he was at. But like when I was his age and when I was in sports, I was the leader. Like I wanted to do the first layup in basketball. I wanted to be the first batter at practice, and I'm hoping that he wants to do those things too as he gets older. And that's kind of like why we're doing these things for him, is to build his confidence up, because springtime comes, he's doing baseball, he's going to do swimming again and all this stuff. So just kind of helping out that way. Um, Pancakes, waffles, or French toast? Ooh, um, you know what? I I like a good French toast. I don't make French toast because I don't know. Like I feel like I'm going to screw it up, and I don't want to do that. Um, but I like good French toast. But here at the house, love pancakes. We do pancakes probably every Saturday or Sunday. It's one of my son's favorite things, so he can help me with the batter and all that. But yeah, a good pancake is always good. Let's see. Last 2 days she's been pretty well. Good. Glad to hear she's doing better. Jiu-jitsu. So where we take him to for karate, they do all of that there. And where we go, this family has been uh, running their dojo since 1969. And actually, I know the sensei really well through professional reasons. But his daughter, who is 11, she's either 11 or 12. She's the top ranked female in her class in the country. You will see her in the Olympics one day. I'm just going to put it out there now. Her name's Gabby Viola. She will be in the Olympics one day, and we go to them, and they have it all. So yeah, and right now it's just kind of like building up his confidence, right? Like that's what we want. We want him to have that confidence in himself, and listening and understanding, because I think we've all grown up in situations where we have had to listen to a coach or listen to a teacher. So we want to be able to instill that in him, that it's just not mom and dad you need to listen to. There's other folks in this world that you need to listen to as well. Quados, man. Yeah, guy, feel better, dude. I've been following you on Twitter there. It's just, yeah, I can't imagine the feelings that people are going through with this. Kim, good morning. We were just talking about you. Your ears must have been ringing. Oh, it's so good to see you. It's amazing that 1 year ago you were introduced to all of us, and we couldn't be more thankful for it. You and Jeffrey, just a fantastic thing. Josh, good morning. I think you snuck in on me. I think I saw you come in. I forgot to say hi to you. So good morning, sir. Welcome. Hope things are well. How much snow do you have up in Michigan right now? Yeah, God. Good morning, everybody. What other questions y'all got for me? Hey, yeah, this is good stuff, man. Good stuff. So we were talking weekend. Like, I got a birthday party to go to. There's an anniversary this weekend. Che's gonna shovel snow. Oh, so Josh, you got about the same amount of snow that we got here in Pittsburgh. All right. Quados, I imagine you're just gonna sit by the pool. I mean, I would sleep by that pool if you could. I don't know. What else is going on in the world right now that we should talk about? No topic is, well, I shouldn't say no topics off limits, but you know, you got questions, I got answers. Willing to go about it. Josh, I've never played hockey a day in my life. You don't want to see me on skates. Thoughts on AB, mental health, drama queen, or both? God, you know what? Antonio Brown. Let's just put it out here, right? Antonio Brown is talented. The man could play football. The man could run faster than anybody. He could catch a ball anywhere on the field. But something happened. And I'm not quite sure what it was. And somebody the other day tweeted, it all started after the Vontaze Burfict hit. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I hope whatever is going on with Antonio Brown, that he can seek the help that he needs. And I don't know if what he's tweeting out there or putting on Instagram is true or not, but man, like just go seek some help. Like, just be truthful with yourself that something's not right, and do it, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and that's what we want. That's what we want to see. Is we want to see that these individuals are doing well. And I think all of us are well enough aware to to see that, these athletes are making millions of dollars, and the lifespan of a football player is 4 years, pretty much, right? And in that 4 years, you want to try to make as much money as you can because you're going to live off it the rest of your life. And you need to surround yourself with the right people to be able to live that type of lifestyle that you want. Because if you want to live the lifestyle that Antonio Brown is perceiving himself to be, he has a long ways to go. But if you want to live that lifestyle, you need to think clearly. And Shaq always comes to mind the right way. And I just saw a quote by Shaq that $1,500 is nothing to him, but the mother that's struggling to put her kids through school is everything to her. So that's why he does what he does. But he also does it because he was smart with his money. He invested it well. He put himself in proper circles, and just I hope Antonio Brown gets the help he needs. I hope the NFL finds a way to provide that type of help too for people. Like, they're doing so many other things. Like, let's focus on the mental health side of people as well. So I saw there was a lot of chatter going on. Let me see what's going on here. Do you ever go to live in Greensburg? I'm gonna go to so Kim, I'm literally 10 minutes from Greensburg. But I don't go to Greensburg just to go, unfortunately. Where are you going to be in Greensburg? What are you doing there? Both my boys are heavy into basketball practice, getting ready for their seasons. Awesome. Yeah, AB's talented. He still could be one of the best, right? Like, get your head on straight. And I mean, if somebody needs a receiver, they may call you. So I mean, get your head on straight. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if Burfict gave him CTE, but I mean, I don't know. Somebody had mentioned that, and it got me thinking, yeah, I mean, after that hit, he did kind of seem a little off at that, but I don't know. The event started, went back, looked up his stuff. True believe he has I mean, something's going on with it, right? Yeah, I mean, he is a waste of a talent, unfortunately. Josh Gordon's another one, right? Josh Gordon could not get out of his own way. And the NFL kept bringing him back. Like, how many chances did Josh Gordon get? Kept getting suspended for weed. And look, weed's one of those things, right? Like, it grows in the ground. It's everywhere. People are doing it. Like, we all have our opinions. I'm kind of on the side of, if you're going to do it, just do it. I mean, who cares, right? Just don't let it affect you while driving or other people getting hurt. But man, Josh Gordon kept getting so many chances, he just couldn't get out of his own way. I think back to, baseball in the 80s, like Strawberry and Gooden. Steve Howe was another player. Like, they just couldn't get out of their own ways, and they were so talented. Like, it just happens. And unfortunately, it's a horrible thing to see. Who am I pulling for Monday night? And who is my college team? So, Zach, let me answer the second question first. My college team is the Ohio State Buckeyes. So who am I pulling for on Monday night? I don't even know if I'm going to watch the game Monday night. Let me just put it to you like that. I'm not looking forward to an Alabama-Georgia rematch. I'm just not. Alabama destroyed them in the SEC championship game. Nick Saban's getting so smug now that it's almost too easy for him. I guess I would prefer to see Georgia win, but it's one of those things where I really don't care. I just don't. I think it was Darren Ravel or maybe Ivan Maisel. I can't remember who it was, but they said that ratings were down this year for the playoff games. And they listed 3 reasons. And the third reason, and they were serious about it, was because Ohio State wasn't in it. And Ohio State brings ratings. Now, I know the College Football Playoff Committee, they're not going to put teams in based on ratings. And I'm not sitting here saying Ohio State deserved to be in, because they did not. You lose to that team up north as your second loss of the season. You do not deserve to be in the playoffs. Final. I was happy they were in the Rose Bowl. They played a hell of a game against Utah, and that's that. But yeah, I guess I want to see Georgia win over Alabama. I'm just sick of Alabama. I think it also bothers me that Nick Saban, was on the same coaching staff as Bill Belichick with the Browns in the 90s. So I think that still kind of eats at me a little bit. Like that coaching staff was amazing. They had Kirk Ferentz on the staff. Timmy Dimitroff was on it. There were a couple of other guys that are real big in the NFL now. So yeah, it's one of those things where Wolverine, yeah, yep, Josh, yep, just going to say they got destroyed, and I was extremely happy for that. Saw a video comparing his video interviews pre-Burfict hit. The post-it gradually got worse since then for sure. And it's so interesting. Like I never would have thought of that if I didn't see that tweet. Yeah, work Monday nights. I'll be watching. Yeah. So Zach, if Tennessee, where would you put Tennessee? Like if you had the opportunity, like you are the I don't know, the commissioner of all college football and can make all the decisions in the world. What conference, as they're aligned now, would you put Tennessee in? Would you keep them in the SEC? Would you move them to the Big 12? Would you try to make a 16-team conference? Like personally, I want to see 16-team conferences. I think that's just the way to go. Have 4 big 16-team conferences, and we can get rid of the whole conversation that like, did Cincinnati deserve to be in it? Did they not? They played, the American Conference, and they had their one win against Notre Dame. Oh, then they came out and they didn't really prove themselves this year at the end of the year. So I mean, I don't know. Like it's one of those things. They put Notre Dame in bowls. They don't belong every year based on ratings. Huge reason they're 0-10. Yeah, so my buddy, like I said, he's a big Notre Dame fan, and him and I have had that argument over and over. And he's not a biased Notre Dame fan. He's not one of those where it's like Notre Dame deserves it. Like he will legitimately say like Notre Dame should have gone to the Bahamas Bowl. Like they don't deserve it. What bowl game were they in this year? I don't even know. But they didn't deserve, to be in it. And yeah, I mean, the 0-10 part, and I think the great piece of that is they're 0-2 against Ohio State, both in the Fiesta Bowl, which is awesome. Agreed. CT doesn't just happen. Yeah, it doesn't just happen. Yeah, I wish the NFL would do something as well. These guys clearly need help. That's an excellent point. Yeah, like why haven't they learned from Aaron Hernandez? Like why have they? And look, that he may have had issues pre NFL. We don't know. He may have been affiliated with people that we don't know. Pre NFL, but absolutely learn from what happened. I mean, it's an extreme case study that you should be taking a look at and saying, we need to make sure, like, okay, Antonio Brown, for example, he's kind of showing some of the same signs. So let's do something about it. Nick Saban I can't tell what that is. Is that a donkey? It looks like a donkey, because if it's a donkey, I agree with that. Zach, honestly don't think I can move them. I love the SEC and our rivals. We have first half of my life. Tennessee football was awesome. The last half's been so great, but we still beat UK. So, right, like Philip Fulmer. I mean, that dude could coach. I don't know what happened at the end of his career there, but man, that guy could really coach some Tennessee football. And yeah, I mean, since him, it's just kind of been not the best. But I agree with you. Like the rivalries, like I still wish Nebraska and Oklahoma played on the Friday. No, excuse me, Nebraska and Colorado. I wish Nebraska and Colorado played on the Friday after Thanksgiving. Like that game always stood out for me for some reason. I had no affiliation with it, but it always stood out to me. Like I just wish, like, especially now that scheduling is coming back into play, like start scheduling some of those games. Like I'm excited that Ohio State and Notre Dame are playing each other this year and next year. And I'm going to both of those games. And, those are the games that we as fans want to see. Do we want our team to win? Sure, we do. We absolutely do. But do we want to see a competitive game as well? Absolutely. Like, I can't stand when Ohio State plays Akron or, Kent State. I mean, it means nothing to me. Like, those are the Saturdays that I don't care to watch the game. The whole Florida team, Bradley, man, like, let's dive into Urban Meyer a little bit, right? Like, out in Utah, I don't think he could recruit those types of players that were wild and crazy, and I don't think he wanted to, because he knew that he was just starting out his career. Like, I always truly believe that Urban Meyer knew he was going to end up either at Ohio State or Notre Dame as the coach. And he had to work his way there. And clearly Utah was the route, right? So you go to Utah, you win some games there. You go to Florida, win some national championships there. And then, I got a heart attack. I got a heart issue. Oh, there's all these scandals going on at the same time. Let me bail. Go to Fox. All right, now Ohio State's got some issues. All right, here's my chance. And man, he took it and he ran with it. But the reason he went to Jacksonville, that befuddles me, man. Like, why go to NFL? I understand the workload's a lot easier and you're going to get paid. Well, you're not going to get paid more, but why do that? Why, especially Jacksonville? I mean, you have such a successful career, and I guess it was ego. Like, if your ego is saying, man, I'm so good, I can go to Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence and turn this team into a playoff team. It's not happening. Like, it just doesn't happen overnight. And, it's one of those where I feel bad for him because he was such a good coach. And now all you're going to remember is what he did at Jacksonville. So, all right, Che, have a good one, man. Have a good weekend if I don't talk to you. Got complacent. Yeah, I think that's what happens with a lot of college coaches, right? They get to the point where, like, Kirk Ferentz, I mean, I'm surprised he's still with Iowa as long as he has been. And he's had an amazing run with Iowa. And he has not got complacent. He has kept them competitive year after year after year. And, I wish there were more coaches like him. I wish there were more coaches. I can't believe or more organizations like the Steelers. I mean, it's amazing to see, that you have 3 coaches since 1969. And you've had the success, and that's why. And I've had the opportunity to meet the Rooneys here in Pittsburgh, and they are everything that you would imagine that they would be. They are some of the kindest people, first of all, but they're very methodical in their thinking. It doesn't matter what it is. So they are one of those families that they just understand the whole process and they get it. So, I see that's why the Steelers are who they are. Tomlin, having 15 seasons in a row now with no losing season, it's one of those things. PJ Fleck. So Quados, like PJ Fleck, right? He came from, was it Central Michigan? Is that where he was at? And I was excited for Minnesota when they brought him on. I really was, because, I mean, good young coach, can relate, has that mentality of a player's coach. I don't know if he's had the success they thought he was going to have, but I agree with you. Like, he's doing a really nice job there. It's just tough. Like, when you're a school like Minnesota, that you haven't had, the history that, some of these other schools that we've talked about does, it's tough to get players there. But here's what's going to come into play is the name, image, likeness rules. That's going to be a huge factor in recruiting now. And there's not a single coach out there that can say it's not. Because if you're PJ Fleck and you go and you sit down with a recruit and you can say, this is made up. If you can say, we got Target in our backyard, Target corporate headquarters are in our backyard, and every 4- and 5-star recruit that we bring in, they're going to sign them, Western Michigan, thank you. They're going to sign you to a name, image, likeness deal here in Minnesota for $50,000 a year. Why would they not go there? I mean, that's basically PJ Fleck offering you a contract. $50,000 to an 18-year-old is amazing. I would take $50,000 from Target right now, you know? But name, image, likeness, it's going to be a big factor in recruiting. It just is. It's one of those things where it's just going to happen. All kinds of stuff going to come out on Urban. Urban just needs to go back to Columbus and stay there, and not show his face for a while. Rooney's are awesome human beings. They are. I agree. ETSU can't compete with name, image, likeness, and all that, and Alabama can. G5 goes back. Well, okay, so Bradley, I want to argue with you a little bit on that. All right. First of all, Alabama and ETSU are apples and oranges. They just are. Okay. So ETSU is not going to get a player that's looking at Alabama in the first place. All right. Alabama, they have a room or a hall that has all of their running backs and quarterbacks and whatnot drafted. I think they have like a picture of their first paycheck. Like that's what they're promoting, right? They're promoting you're going to get paid in the NFL. And Nick Saban has come out and said, my only goal is to get these kids to the NFL. Like that's what I'm trying to do. So first of all, those are two. Now, if you would sit there and say Alabama and Vanderbilt, Alabama and Tennessee, then I think we could start having that conversation, right? Because at that point, that player can then sit there and say, well, I'm going to go make $1 million in name, image, likeness at Alabama to Tennessee. Tennessee's offering $750,000. There's a big thing there, right? I don't think these kids are going to care much about playing right now, especially as a freshman. And that sucks. It really does. It sucks to see that, that's going to come into play. I personally feel that these players should be getting something, right? I mean, first of all, you're getting a full ride, free education. That's great. Okay. You don't have to pay the student loans like I'm paying. But making $1 million at 18 years old and never taking a snap as the Alabama quarterback, that's just unheard of. Okay. I think they need to have some limits on it. I think there should be a quote unquote salary cap. Get money, hit the transfer portal. We're seeing that, right? Oh, Josh, good luck with algebra. We're seeing that happen right now. We're seeing all of these players hitting the transfer portal. Where can I go get the most money? That's what's going on right now. Yeah, Quados, I mean, tons of corporations in Minnesota. It's unreal. For work-related reasons, we work with some of those folks. Target, we do. Medtronic, we do. My brother-in-law works for 3M. He's a salesperson for 3M. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know they were in Minnesota. I mean, good stuff. Anything else, folks? Been on for an hour. It doesn't feel like it. This has been fun. It's been cool. Maybe I make this a regular Friday morning thing. I'm down with that. It's just always fun hanging out with you guys. And I think I am just going to go ahead and call it here, 1 hour in. But hey, everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the fun conversation. And if I don't talk to you guys, I hope it's not for too long. So take care, folks, and be safe, whatever you do. And just have a good one. Take care, everybody. Bye.